I actually wanted to start the stream with something like, yeah, I've built setups in ACC, I've built setups in AC, I even built setups in Race Room, but I never touched AMS2, and today I'm gonna learn some new stuff about AMS2 and doing setups there, but the comments are already comedy gold. People saying that I'm holding the wrong tools in my hand, or the wrong tool in my hand on the thumbnail. Yeah, I know, I don't have the tools to set up a car at home. What do you guys want from me? Oh my god. And that I'm not allowed to enter IKEA any longer, and they have pictures of me behind the counter to warn the staff. Oh my god. Okay, let's start the stream. You guys are amazing. Here comes the intro. Let's go. This is a Champion Joe production. Welcome, guys. So as I already said, comments are pure comedy gold. In this stream, Joe shows you how to unbuild a table and eat meatballs. Oh, guys. You're killing me. Joe turns a screw, Rennie bins a car, and Marvin hates Gran Turismo. Tune in. I don't think I have my FX set correctly, otherwise I could do a demon voice as well. And with that, welcome back to another stream here on the channel. And the first overtake stream from my new triple screen setup. Let's go. That was loud, I'm sorry. Holy moly. And again, I know. For everybody who's watching the VOD, I know I'm holding the wrong tools to set up a car, but I don't have a wrench at home. So I used the next best thing. I also could have used a hammer, or I don't know the English word for it actually. It's like I have to Google that. Let me quickly Google that. What is it in English? A pipe wrench. A pipe makes sense. A pipe wrench. Also have a pipe wrench. Could have used that. I was already sitting in the seat facing the camera like, yeah, with the pipe wrench. And then I thought, this is not really the right tool to work on a car. Let's rather take the other one. It's silly as well, but it's not for unclogging toilets. If you know what I mean. Set up the car and AMS2 with keyboard and mouse. Yeah, we could. I could have done that for the thumbnail as well, but I don't think it has the same effect. And yes, this was my idea, not the idea of the guys doing the thumbnail. So Toby and Christoph had nothing to do with that. It was all my idea. I apologize in the name of Overtake. This shouldn't have happened. But hey, here we are. Let's do some setup stuff today. And no, this also for everyone watching the VOD, for everyone being in the live stream right now. And there are a lot of people in the live stream, in the live chat right now. First one is Lucas, Germany, 200,007. No, 20,007. Doesn't matter. Lucas, Team Horny Racing also here. Ash is here. Ramon is here. Moin. VR Sick is also here. Moin moin. Maximiliano. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, this is not a stream about me telling you how to set up cars in AMS2. Maybe the title is a bit misleading there. So I'm saying that right now. This is not a stream of me telling you how to set up cars in AMS2. I have some setup knowledge gained over the last years, and I know how to set up cars roughly. I mean, I'm making tutorials on this channel telling you how to set up cars, sometimes at least. So I know my way around car setups. But this is not me telling you how to set up a car in AMS2. This is me learning together with you how to set up cars in AMS2. That's more of the process of a process today. Oh, my wife is at home. Hi. Yeah, so first up, we're gonna watch a YouTube video together. The first that's coming up in the search. So, like, the title is Basic Setup Guide for Automobilista 2. It's 1 year old. So maybe it's already out of date, but we'll see. We're just gonna watch that together. Maybe he has some tips on AMS2 physics stuff that is different to other games. And then we're gonna drive the Mercedes GT3 or AMG GT3, however you want to call it, on Spa, because this is a combination I know how to drive. And we're gonna start doing some laps, seeing how the car reacts to the track, and then we're gonna fiddle with sliders and see if we can squeeze out a bit more performance out of the car and make it feel super planted and not as slidey maybe. I don't know how the base setup is. Maybe the base setup in AMS2 is so good that I'm making a fool out of myself today with changing stuff in the setup, and in the end it's even worse. We'll see, we'll see. Gonna be fun. At least that's something I enjoy doing in Simracing games. I don't know about you guys. But how's everyone doing? Are you guys alright? Car setup, read the manual of the car. Yeah, I have the manual of the AMG GT3 2020 just laying around here. Just quickly let me... No, I don't. Just read the manual of the car. Is there a PDF online I can have a look at? Use the telemetry HUD as well. It is useful. I've never worked with the telemetry HUD in AMS2 before, so yeah, why not? You're doing VRC stuff? That sounds good. There's also good AMS2 stuff from VRC, so... Highly recommend the mods from Virtual Racing Cars, even if you're playing Automobilista 2. There was a release just the other day with like a new IndyCar for AMS2. Really awesome mod. And they even linked my tutorial here from Overtake on how to install mods for the game. The problem is, on this website where you can download the boot files for AMS2, you can also download ripped content. And this resurfaced now, and now I was in big trouble, and the link in the video got taken down. Yeah, so that backfired for me at least. And people watching the tutorial now can't find the the website to download the boot files. So it's a lose situation, kinda. Yeah, I'm totally a criminal. Because I'm linking to sites where RIP mods are promoted. Totally. I'm the bad boy of Overtake. That's basically my role in this, in all of this. I'm the bad boy with the maybe not unpopular opinions, but populistic opinions. This is bad. This is good. I don't like this. I like this. No arguments, just subjective stuff. 12-month sentence in Daytona prison. Oh my god, what's Daytona prison? 6 months on good behavior. Are you saying I have to drive an LMP3 car in a 12-month long endurance race on Daytona? Please don't. Clip that and put a gangster head on Joe in the afterworks. Hey, you could do that. They should host the boot files by themselves. Yeah, I don't think they should host the boot files. I think they should just make it easier to mod the game. Like, download something, put it in a folder in the root directory, and there we go. That should be it. But hey. Or have an official store where you can install mods, like with the Steam thingy in rFactor 2. Could also be a solution to at least gatekeep a bit, so not everything lands in the game. But hey, that's not my decision to take. Rene has to city game and build a Daytona layout with a Williams esports prison in it. And I can only escape the prison if I beat the Williams esports fastest lap, but they cheat and I don't on iRacing. Is that the task? Don't tell anyone I'm saying stuff like that in the stream. This is private information. Steam Workshop. Yeah, I meant the Steam Workshop. Jesus, the YouTube chat is so slow. We really have to switch to Twitch, I think. We really have to make the switch finally. This can't be the way we do this in the future. Only show your webcam. Yeah. Everyone's just showing their webcam. Everyone is just doing this. Is it no, it's not possible. It's too fixed. My new setup. It looks like the old setup, but it's a completely different setup. I'm sitting in another corner of this room. Although it looks pretty similar with the light in the same corner and stuff. And I have 3 32-inch triples now and a 4th screen on top. Yeah, new lights. Like, it looks maybe not. It doesn't look natural. It's maybe a bit on the more yellow side, but there is heavy lighting in this, so you can actually see me. I like this effect. Champion Pro, yeah. How's the cat today? So the door's still open. They could come and visit. I was driving... I don't know anymore. I was driving... Just a few weeks ago, I was driving in a stream, and then the cat jumped on my lap on a quali lap or something like that. When was that? Was that in a overtake stream or any specific car? Yeah, AMG GT3 on Spa. That's my choice. is I love hot lapping Spa, and I think the AMG is pretty awesome to drive. It was on Sunday. Was it on Sunday? This Sunday? The cat thing, yeah. Which race was that, though? Can't remember. Jesus, I'm working so much I can't remember basic stuff. Nissan GT3 is also fun, yeah, I bet, but gonna go for the AMG. All right, party people, let's put stuff on my fourth monitor. That's how I'm sitting now in this stream, like looking up all the time. Let me quickly get my chat. It's loading. Come on, let me... I can... Okay, I have to do it the other way around. Yes, I want to switch the position to here. Yeah, that worked. Nice. Okay, now I can see the chat. Let's open up Automobilista 2. Oh, it was such a fight to get Automobilista 2 running on the triples. Pretty bad. AMG straight line speed. Turn rate of a truck in slow corners. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Come on, let me... Let's tune the music down just a bit. All right. Is it 2? Yeah, it's 2. All right, here we are. Issues with calibrating of throttle. It is stuck to 70%. I had an issue earlier today with it not being recognized. And for me, it helped to just to change shared memory to Project Cast 2. And then I had to restart the game, and afterwards the pedals worked. All right, we're gonna go into test day. This is already how I envisioned it. We go medium clouds, starting time 6 o'clock in the morning. Sounds good to me. Spa-Francorchamps 2022 layout, so newest layout, and the Mercedes. Let's go. AMS2 is not great if you're on anything other than a single screen or a VR headset. What other things than a single screen in a VR headset are there than triples? There's some issues with the triples, yeah, but only because you need to get the setup right. When it's working, it's working. Just was not easy to set it up at first. Oh no, yeah, I totally forgot. AMS2 has the pressures of the tires in bar instead of PSI, and you can only... if you're changing it from bar to PSI, you will also have... you will also have, like, miles per hour. That's one thing I love about Rennsport. You can set it separately, which is awesome. Okay, let's have a look into this complete setup screen. We're not gonna change anything just yet. Just let's get a broad overview, and we will always drive with the 30 liters and see if we can go from there. Okay, brake pressure is at 90 per default. Ducts at 50. Downforce at 2 and 5. Sounds alright for Spa, I would say. What's the maximum? 3. Okay. Let's see if we can go to 1 later on. But not now. Steering lock, 22 degrees. That's kind of a lot, right? 22? Isn't it usually like 17 or something like that? Steering lock? Toe looks good. Toe in angle 0.3. Roll bar on 7. And 17. Jesus, that's a hard roll bar if I ever seen one. Point, Rebecca. You can also now see the chat on top. Because it seems my on-screen stuff is already went into hiatus again. Camber 2.5, okay. Free at the front. Looks good. Ride height 52, that's pretty low. Pretty low. 76 at the rear. We can definitely play with the ride height a bit. Oh, we wanted to watch that tutorial, right? We wanted to watch the tutorial first. Will we watch the tutorial? Yeah, let's watch the tutorial first before we continue. Yeah, the chat definitely died again. Let me quickly get ready for you. Alright. There we are.
Oh, Automobilista 2 is now out for over a year and features rather decent physics. They are
sounds like in Austrian or German.
Due to some rather shady default setups that didn't really change since the early access phase. So, in this video, I'm gonna show you 3 basic setup adjustments you can do to make your car easier to drive, but most importantly, a lot less twitchy. The first thing I wanna go over is the suspension, or rather the anti-roll bars. Basically, all you need to know about them is that if you have a stiffer suspension, your car has an initial amazing bite, but understeers afterwards. And for softer suspensions, your car will be lazy at the beginning, but is more grippy the longer the corner goes. To help you imagine their functionality...
Okay, this is super basic. I really don't need to learn about roll bars, how they work. Thought you might have some good tips.
A differential allows for it. A more close differential for
maybe differential stuff.
Steering wheel a bit more in order to get I mentioned previously. Next, you should also aim to adjust the steering lock, or rather steering ratio. This will influence how much you need to turn your wheel in order to get your actual car turning. A higher value means you have to turn your steering wheel a bit more in order to get your car to turn a set amount, but is at the same time also more precise, whereas lower values are more responsive and require less turning by the steering wheel. But before I start to fiddle with this setting, I just quickly want to throw in there that the default values are actually pretty decent for Formula cars, but you should definitely turn them up a bit for GT cars. Next on the list is the differential. When turning, or rather generally when cornering, your outer wheels need to travel more distance than your inner wheels. And usually this wouldn't be possible, but a differential allows for it. A more close differential forces wheels to rotate at the same speed or travel the same distance in a corner, which might upset the car's balance. On the other hand, a more open differential lets wheels rotate at different speeds, which can result in more stability when cornering. However, this might simultaneously increase instability though, if wheels are actually supposed to turn at the same speed. In Automobilista 2, there are 3 settings that should be your main concern. First of all, the preload of the differential. The preload basically determines how much of a force difference between the inner and the outer wheel is needed to actually unlock the differential. So lower values here will unlock the differential sooner, while higher values will keep the differential more closed for longer. The other 2 settings are the power ramp and the coast ramp. They are directly dependent on the differential's preload, meaning their effects will only be applied once the differential actually opens. A lower angle for the power ramp locks the differential sooner when you're accelerating out of a corner and thereby reduces oversteer. A higher angle on the other side leaves the differential more open, meaning that one of your rear wheels is allowed to spin faster than the other one. The coast ramp, on the other hand, basically functions exactly the same, except that its behavior is applied when you are off throttle. So the behavior of the power ramp is applied when you're on throttle, and the coast ramp behavior is applied when you're off throttle. So based on this information,
you're watching no tutorial today. We are learning together.
Fine-tuning for individual tracks is highly advised. The last point on my list is downforce, and this really only affects GT cars. For them, this is the single biggest trap when adjusting a car's setup. Do you know how downforce is applied and how the whole concept works? And of course
Tutorialception.
thanks to misconceptions spread by more casual games like the F1 series. More downforce equals to more grip and the other way around, right? While technically being true, it's, as I mentioned, a necessity to separate Formula cars from GT cars. Formula cars have an adjustable front and rear wing, while most GT cars only have a rear wing. So, if you crank up the angle on the rear wing, you will generate more downforce, but there's nothing at the front of your car that can balance these gains. Think of it as putting weights on your car's trunk and bonnet. On Formula cars, you can balance downforce gains.
This
by
is also pretty basic
is
knowledge.
to actually lower your downforce if you experience understeer in faster corners. So, after going over all of these points, I'd advise you to adjust them in the following order to get the best results. Start with finding a preferable steering lock. Continue with slight adjustments to a differential. Follow up with ARB changes. Then in or decrease your wing angles. And finally, adjust the differential one last time. If you stick to this process, you should
sounds good. Sounds good to me, I would say. He definitely knows what he's talking about. Good tutorial. Definitely leave a like. You can leave a like too on this stream. Okay. Let's just quickly. Yeah, okay. Joe learns nothing from this video. Wouldn't say that. What I wanted to learn is if he knows something that's really important in AMS2. It's like when you start with setups in ACC, you really have to focus on aero balance because it's super essential to get the car stable. Like this would be even more important than the roll bars. He was saying like differential settings in AMS2 is pretty important and something you have to look at right from the get-go. You can't change power and coast ramp here, and only the preload, which is good to me. So I don't know what a clutch LSD is. This type of differential uses the same components as an open differential, but adds a set of friction clutches to bind the two axle halves together. These clutches are activated by preload springs and cam rams, which convert engine torque into a locking moment across the differential. I don't get it, but we'll figure it out. 110 is pretty conservative, I would say. Maybe we can close it a bit. Well, we'll see. Let's do some laps. Maybe 3 or 4 laps. See where the pressures are. See where... where my time is. Then go from there. If we all monkey brain the setup, we'll eventually be quicker than Face Clan. Yeah, that's the goal. Just gonna do this all together. We're all in this together. What? Clutch LSD is common on road cars. Plate LSD is what you get on race cars. Then why does the AMG have like a clutch LSD? Let's see where we are, where we at. So Rouge already feels pretty good. Maybe the gears are a bit too long. Yeah. I'm always forgetting how progressive you have to be with your throttle in AMS2. You really just can't fully step on it out of turns, even with traction control. There's a bit of understeer. and me turning in late. But that's more of a skill issue. Oh, the drive's alright. I don't know if I will be any quick, but... And thanks again for all the tips already in the chat. If you have any setup tips for everyone to enjoy, put them in the chat. Let's work on this together, like a team project. But I have to say, I already love how this drives, so it's pretty good. Can fine-tune it, of course. Understeer is minimal. Also, the behavior on brakes is much better compared to previous game versions. It just AMS2 is such a good game right now. And I still think many people are really sleeping on it. Ha! We have to definitely adjust the power output out of turns. Traction control is already on 7. Quite high. But Eau Rouge is like, it flows through there. It's awesome. Maybe the result of this video is that basic setups in AMS2 are pretty rad. We'll see, we'll see. Compare this to AMS2, to ACC, where the default presets are just a scum of the earth. This is awesome to drive. I hope it's not too dark for you guys. No? Again, not perfect here. I think I want to adjust the gearing. That's one of the things I noticed already. Oh, a little bit of gravel there. Yeah, it's incredible what Razer has done with this engine. They put it on its head. It's like driving a completely different game from what it was in the past. Cars feel such more planted now. Where's the start finish here? 220. Not bad for first lap. Oh, my OBS is playing tricks on me again. I hope you guys can still see me alright. It's just with YouTube streaming, it's not really working correctly. Oh my god, this is so intuitive. Traction control always feels weird in AMS2 to me. Yeah, there's problems with the traction control, definitely. I changed from 6 to 7 and it's difference like night and day already. But they fixed like how ABS works with the latest update. Damn, I can brake now like much more closely how I would brake in ACC. You can hammer the brakes now and not lock up again like it was before. And the traction control is there and it works. But you still have to be... You can't be still in a bit of a steering motion, already hammer the gas. You have to be more careful with that compared to other games. The setup is already so balanced. That's kind of... I really don't know what we should change. The base setup is pretty good. We could go for more, and we don't have to quit here just because the default setup is pretty good. We can of course change stuff around and figure out how it changes how the car balance is. I really want to figure out how much you can change with rake, and if the car gets more oversteery then, and I think we should go for shorter gears. I'm not really using the 6th gear right now. But still, damn. This will be a low 20. 224 on my 2nd lap. What are you guys feeling about the pressure? Has it saved somewhere how my pressures, my hot pressures were? Did it or not? I don't think it did. It's maybe a feature they could add. They went a bit higher, like 1.89. I don't know if that's ideal. Someone was saying 1.8 is 27. So, or 1.86 is 27. So it must be roughly around 27 psi. What degrees can you change it? So 1.9 bar might be a good setting, right? Here's a fixed in GT3. Oh, Jesus, the chat is not loading. I'm sorry, guys. I can see it. Darwin, hey, moin. Thank you so much. I love you too, my guy. The info on the bottom right. Why do you want to see the info on the bottom right? Like my pedal inputs and stuff? Let me quickly... Can I just... do it like this. And then let's go to the other side. Like this. If that's okay with you, then let's do it that way. I don't have a problem with that. Alright. It was 1.9. So should we go up with the pressures or look at the telemetry HUD for that? 1.9 bar is 27.5. Yeah, that's pretty good. Tire temps, brake temps, and engine temps. Oh yeah, I was over that as well, right? Okay, so the pressures seem to be fine. Or should I go up to 1.83? Yeah, this is not a tutorial leveling. This is more like figuring out together how setups in AMS2 work, because I've done so much setup work in other sims, but I never got around to fiddle with it in AMS2. I played this game quite a lot, but never bothered to go into the setups, which says a lot about them. So they're kind of okay. Also 65. We could maybe go a bit to the rear, like, yeah, but this is a front wheel drive, front engine car. You have to be careful with that. Maybe let's go 63. So with what I experienced, usually you would have to go like 120, 130 on the preload, because I had this kind of oversteer accelerating out of the turn. But I think that's the wrong way to go. I don't know how the clutches work with the clutch LSD, so I'm gonna leave it at 6. But what we can do is go traction control 7, that helped a lot. Anti-lock brakes 8 was fine. Fuel map 1 is also okay. The gears are fixed. The gears are fixed. I don't see them fixed. Oh, they are fixed. Yeah. Okay, I haven't said anything. Oh my god, this stupid chat. It's just not telling me what you guys are writing. It's not working how it's intended to work. It's just a shame. But it's only with YouTube streaming. When I stream on Twitch, I don't have these issues. Super stupid. That's a clip, yeah. Always drivable and stable, yeah, true. You really don't have to do anything with the setup. It's a good setup. I just want to find out what the different settings do. So I experienced just a teeny tiny bit of understeer. We could tackle it with the roll bar and go for the roll bar and see what it will actually change. The roll bar will then decrease our turn-in, which is bad. I thought roll bar 7 at the rear totally fine. Didn't have any oversteer in any of the corners, and it felt really stable over the crest on Radillon, so that's pretty good. Also, what I can read from the setup is that it's pretty stiff. Like, spring rate is 6. The bumps are at 11. Rebound at 13. That's pretty stiff setup, which is good for Spa. It's a bumpy track with a lot of ups and downs. You need to have it like stiff, just the right amount of stiffness. If you can keep it that way, that's pretty good. So didn't have the feeling of the tires not gripping up when turning in. Turning was pretty good. I didn't even have any issues over curbs, which is, it's baffling me, because on an ACC setup you would be like 10 millimeters higher, like a centimeter higher. What, 1 point whatever. Like you would go 65 in the front and maybe 75 at the rear millimeters. But here I didn't have any issues with the curbing. Let's just test if I can get rid of a bit of understeer with rake. So we're gonna increase the ride height in the rear, see if we can get a little less understeer, and see how much oversteer this will introduce to the setup. What are you guys saying? What's your call? Deliberate make the setup worse to demonstrate. Yeah, that's totally on my to-do list. But first I want to find out how much, for example, rake is influencing this car. So let's go maybe... Oh, I almost thought 71 was the max. So let's go 73 in the rear and see how that changes the balance of the car. Testing the extremes would be interesting. Yeah, but if I just take everything to the extreme now, yeah, the car will drive like, you know? So, not gonna do that. Let's see first how it changes in terms of So is it everything you want to see, or? Okay, this is like tire temps, brake temps. We could go like this. Let me just quickly edit the HUD. Okay. Huh? I don't get that. That's strange. If I cycle through the different profiles, I have like the stuff on the side screens now, which they shouldn't be. Because it's saying everything is on the main screen, but it isn't. And I'm not changing the... Huh. That's strange. So I can't show you all the info. I can only show you this. Let's get out. Drive a bit. Let's see. So now the car should have less understeer and a bit more oversteer. Haven't changed anything on the aero, so that remains the same. It's 2 in the front and I think 7 on the rear. And we put traction control to 7 instead of 6. So no oversteer here. That's still pretty red. Gears are way too short. Yeah, turning is a bit better now. Just look at how the car now rotates into turns. Holy moly, it's so stiff. Yeah, there is a bit oversteer now when I go deep into a turn like that. Oh, but I feel I can really push this. Let's see if I can, actually. Bit less understeer here as well. Of course, also the ride height takes us a bit of top speed. But look at that, the turn in paired with the... Oh. Now we go wide here. So that wasn't really an improvement. Let's see on a flyer. A bit deep. Let's go. Can't read the chat again. YouTube is so bad in terms of streaming. Oh yeah, that was too much. Still have to be really careful with acceleration. Early morning, yeah. Yeah, the fog in the morning. That's really spectacular. Small curbing on the exit. Ah, I love this track so much. For me, that's the best track in the world. It has everything I want from a racetrack. Hard braking zones. Nice, fast flowing corners. Elevation changes. Braking up and downhill. History. It's long enough and wide enough to host multi-class events. It's fun in a Formula car. It's fun in a GT car. It's fun in a Cup car. Just the ultimate racetrack. And I still have to find my breaking point for here. Maybe braking is even a bit worse now with the aero balance changed. So are we fast on the straight or not? No, I don't think so. But we're not losing time either. It's not that much slower. Let it roll in. Takes the curbs really well. Didn't think it would be, but I believe it was an upgrade or increasing the ride height in the rear. I think it's a bit quicker. Turning is just better again. It was already pretty good in the beginning. Also, rotation on the rear is better now. Yeah, can also take this flat out, easy peasy, if I turn in the right timing. It's fun. Learning how setups work is one of the most fun experiences in sim racing, in my eyes. I could carry much more speed into here. Is this a 219? Yeah. Wow. Seems I'm pretty quick on AMS2. Okay, maybe others are even quicker, but compared to times I do in ACC, this is a pretty good time. There are always differences between the sims, of course, in terms of track length and stuff like that. Just have to get my... Oh. I wanted to get my chat back. Didn't work as hoped. 80 Spa is better? No, I don't think so. I think the current layout of Spa is pretty god tier. Turned my Merc into a Ferrari by spinning in T1. That's a good one. Oh, as you can see, there's so much more time to gain. You can drive pretty aggressively with the setup. I love it. Too late on the brakes again. Yeah, this game in VR is the best. That's for sure. So, what did you guys notice? With enhanced data on screen. So I like the changes we did. Could go maybe even a bit softer in the front just to ensure that the car's rolling really easily through the turns. We're at 17 right now. 17 of 31. Alright, that's a lot of steps you can take for roll bar. It's a fantastic default setup. Whoever has done that, chapeau. It's really good. Where's the wing? The wang. Where's the wang? Roll bar bumps. Is it here? No. Oh, front downforce, rear downforce. It's at 5 and 2. Maybe we can get away by going 1 and 4. Brakes and engine more. Where is it? Where is it? I'm not really familiar yet with the setup screen. Here. Yeah. Yeah, the brake ducts. You mean like going 45? Or rather 40? You can't understand my accent? You mean like you can't understand what I'm saying? Or you can't figure out where I'm from? Because I think that's pretty easy, Kingdom, to figure out. And if my accent is a problem for you, I'm really sorry, but then you maybe have to watch another live stream. Because I can't change it. I'm giving my best. Chat is so slow. Down to like 30, do you think? Both? Oh, it seems like you understood me quite well there. Some people. So what you're saying is that only people with perfect English should be allowed. So someone from Manchester. If someone from Manchester with a really thick accent would do the stream, nobody would understand him. Just saying. Or only people with perfect Oxford English. Like 30. Are you sure about that, Ash? I'm not so sure about that. Hmm. Yeah, let's test it out. Let's see what happens. Then you said about the engine. Where's engine cover? Radiator opening. Let's go down 60. Let's check that out. Scouse. We would have to talk to Marvin about Scouse accents because he's such a diehard Liverpool fan. He actually learned how to do the Scouse accent. I can't do it. I can't do any British accents. Not really. I was living in London for 3 months, but I can't do any English accents. Trying to sound like a normal person. It's the most important point, I think. Motec. Is there no way to get it up and running for AMS2? I think you can use like VBox Sim. It should work with AMS2 because that's recording your screen and getting the data from there. Oh, this is so much fun, you can't believe it. I would almost say this is the best GT3 experience I had so far in Simracing. And I like how ACC and especially AC feel, but this is pretty good. Every time I boot up AMS2, I'm blown away again on how well this game is progressing. It's ridiculous. Ooh. Code brown there. Maybe I should try and search for a car I'm not as comfortable with. Where I would say, yeah, the default setup is not really my cup of tea. Maybe we should do that, because the Mercedes feels awesome to drive. Brakes do operate in a usual window, right? So they look pretty good, and they are cooling down a lot on the straights. And the front ones get a bit hot. Let's see after 2 laps or 3. This turn-in. I wish ACC had turn-in like this. That you can just throw in the car and be on your way. No, in ACC you have to find the absolute perfect turn-in point. Otherwise you go wide. Woo! Bit of oversteer introduced. Do I really have 7 tenths? Holy moly, that's a lot. No, I'm wide. I'm always missing that apex in this game. My braking point is just not on point. Don't overdo it. Into here. Get a decent exit. Oh, this is so much fun. Come on. Rotate. My guy. Now that I feel a bit more comfortable, I'm thinking about going traction control 6 again. Huh? Lap is invalidated? From what? I wasn't off track. Oh, braking point here is still rough. This and next lap invalidated. Thanks for nothing. I need to get Marvin to host with the Scouse accent. Next quiz night. Yeah, maybe you can do it. We have now the web studio ready. And Marvin already recorded his first video in the rake. He's gonna play iRacing. And don't tell anybody yet, but the idea was he bought a brand new iRacing account with no content on it, but a brand new iRacing account. He paid for it with his own money, no overtake money involved. And he's playing MX5 Cup rookie races in iRacing. Free races. He's doing 3 races. And if he loses, and if he's not winning one of those 3 races, he has to delete his account. What a fun challenge. He recorded it yesterday until late at night in the studio. And he said this is gonna be the best video we have ever done. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if he beat the game or... We'll see. Emily involved in the next quiz night? Yeah, maybe. Why not? She will beat Renee. Maybe. Break opening up by 5. They're getting to the red. So what you want is like having the brakes never touch red when under heavy load. Okay, I get that. Makes sense. But let's change the car to something that isn't that well set up to begin with. We can stay at Spa if we find the right car for it. To peak in the orange, alright. How come you know so much about AMS2 setups, Ash? Marcus, hi. Bless ya. Supercars. Stock cars. I don't think you can set up that much in stock cars, can you? Because I know for a fact I'm not really good with them. Not as comfortable driving them. Maybe a prototype, like a P2 car. Sigma. Any suggestions from you guys? And I'm not doing Group C. Formula Ultimate, no, I'm not feeling about Formula cars. I want maybe an F3 car. That would be the maximum I would go for. KTM's awful to drive. Rest are pretty good now. Yeah, that's true. I'm not searching for a car that's awful to drive. I'm searching for a car that's maybe not perfectly set up. P1 maybe. Could try that. They're pretty quick. Honda in red and white sounds good to me. Could try that. I have no experience with this car. Let's see. They're all different. Yeah, I bet. Let's see. Setup. 50-50 again. Downforce front 3 from 10. All right. And rear 5 from also 10. Steering lock is at 20. Here we can go to 23 if that's not good with us. 20 again. Really stiff setup. Bump at 1. Roll bar at the rear is at 4. Is that also from 20? From 26! So soft rear, okay. Okay, not judging. Ride height 40 to 57. No fast bumps. Oh my god. 8 and 9, 8 and 12. Boost pressure. This thing has a boost? Radiator opening 80. Traction control and ABS. That's good to hear. Final drive is at the highest. Okay. Oh, that's actually the lowest. Okay, let's see. And here we have like the power ramp and the coast ramp as well. And it's on 70. Oof. That thing will try and kill me, right? Can't turn that off. Interesting, interesting. Let's see. If the car's any good to drive. Yeah, turbo. I really hate that I sometimes lose the connection to the chat, and that I can't read the chat anymore. Feels stiff. Let's see. Turning is pretty good in slow corners, that I can say. But with the stiff roll bar in the front, it's not really a surprise. Let's see. That's pretty good. Again. Is someone at Razer just sitting there playing the game, making setups for each car on each track? Just figuring out what is a good default setup and really giving a flying F? It seems that way. Because this car is also pretty well set up. There's a bit more rotation in the rear, but that was to expected. But he or she, whoever did the setup, countered that by changing the roll bar or making the roll bar as soft as it is in the setup. This car is perfectly set up to start with. Of course, you can fine-tune it to your liking a bit. This is a really good, slightly understeery, but not too much setup. You see, there's a bit of understeer. We could change that with the roll bar, or again with the ride height. It's crazy. That's really crazy. Since when are the default setups that good? I was hoping to change a lot of stuff today, but it seems like most cars are pretty good to drive. That's a fresh breath of air. I have DRS as well. Oh yeah, I have it even... Oh wow, I'm pretty fast into turn 1 with the DRS. It actually doesn't want to kill me that much out of the turns. It feels really planted when I step on the gas. Of course, I'm already a bit cautious. And DRS, let's go. How fast we can go. Seems like the gears are better as well. Oh, you can brake so late. And I could carry much more speed, I think. Oh, this is also super fun. I really have to do more Automobilista 2 content now. We just need someone to do online multiplayer for this game. Either low fuel or Shouldn't have promoted R-Factor 2 that much to low fuel. I think they saw my streams and videos and were like, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do R-Factor 2. Now I'm here sitting like, yeah, but I actually don't like R-Factor 2 that much. I'd love to play more Automobilista 2 online. Does anyone know that there's a good online racing competition thingy like low fuel? Yeah, definitely need to tackle a bit the understeer. So at least we have a case here. At least we have a case. Aero car should be stiff. Yo. Sure. On this track, mostly every car should be set up pretty stiff. Alright. Advanced setup. Alright, let's try and change the roll bar this time instead of the right height. The thing with the right height worked perfectly, but it will introduce more oversteer, and I think the car's balance on the rear is pretty good already, so let's just change this like 5 clicks and see how the car will now behave and if I will be able to take that one corner. I messed up 2 times now. AMS2 unofficial Discord races. Yeah, but that's not a safety rating and a skill rating. We really need that for the future. To get a rating and ranking system. I really don't get why Razer is not prioritizing this. They should. Yeah, turning has gotten worse. Rolling is quite okay. Yeah, the grip in this car, it's amazing. I'm not really that good with aero cars. I feel like GT cars I'm way better with, because I'm working a lot with the brake, and working with the throttle is more of the important stat with aero vehicles. But as you can see, no problems now here. Maybe I went a bit too far with 5 clicks, but fixed my issue. So that's also a big plus. Why is this always an off track? Like clipping a bit there shouldn't be an off track. Oh, the brakes are much better than in the Mercedes. Let's see. Yeah, they're working on multiplayer stuff for 2 years now, so. Yeah, lap type is invalidated, I know. Those cars are flying through Radeon. It's crazy how good that works. Again, the brakes could be hotter. Dipping more into yellow than orange. It stays green at the rear. You can be much more harsh with the accelerator with this car compared to the GT3. Yeah, some understeer. But that was a really quick turn in. Or carry through speed, however you want to call it. Ranked races are a bit of a joke at the moment. Yeah, true. Oh yeah, Simracing GP, true. Simracing GP is maybe the best alternative right now. But Simracing GP is also more like organized league racing, right? It's not really... Oh, it will have like a rating system, right? They're working on that as well. I have to check out Simracing GP again, I think. For AMS2 online stuff. Big oversteer there. Okay, the track limits are outrageous. What the hell? I wasn't cutting. Jesus Christ. Yeah, in the really fast turns, I'm lacking downforce. So in the medium speed corners, the grip is now alright. Like in this turn, when accelerating out of it, I can get through in one piece without going wide here. So the roll bar fix worked. Maybe it went a bit too deep because the turn-in already got compromised a bit. But I think the bigger thing to do is changing the aero and rake. I think that's more important in AMS2 than the roll bars. Because the roll bars are set quite alright from the beginning. So let's check that out. Let's check that out. Alright, roll bars. I'm going back 2 clicks. And I want a bit more downforce in the front and the rear. And we will go a bit up. It's at 40 here. Like to 63 maybe. Let's see. Or increase rear downforce by 1. Increase right height. Yeah, we've done that. I think like going less downforce will help me get through the really quick turns. I don't think so. I think I need more downforce to get through the double gauche. Should have had 71 knots 3 months ago. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really... I think this game has enough content. I don't think they should add more content all the time. They should focus on getting the online features ready. Because it's already a pretty good game with more than enough content. But there's nothing to do with the content other than playing racing live against the really good AI. It's just fun in games, but that won't keep players entertained for long. Oh, and I need to remember that I have DRS in this car. Okay, let's see. I'm really interested to see. I can brake really late with this car, especially with the right, with the downforce increase now. This allows for super late braking. Feels alright. Haven't changed much. Yeah. Better. But still some of the same issues there. The car's just struggling to go on the power that early and keeping the line. Oi, oi, oi. What about here? Yeah, it works. I'm not feeling anything in terms of oversteer, that there's more oversteer or more rotation in the rear of the car. Maybe also has to do with the downforce, pressing it more to the ground. Countering basically the ride height we added. The oversteer out of last was always fun. Yeah. I was trying not to cut in Eau Rouge, and now I cut it in the radio. Damn. Oh, you can really brake deep into the turns with this car. Oh, but not that deep. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Pretty good driving behavior. Yeah, you have to be a bit more conservative with throttle application in double gauche. Much better. Sadly, that doesn't count either. Let's finally do a quick lap. Oh, I forgot DRS again on the main straight. Oh my god, I'm so bad with DRS. Just not used to it. Oh, dipped into the grass a bit and then had to readjust for the braking point and was a bit late on the brakes. Could have been cleaner. But this is so good. So if you've never played AMS2, it's time. It's time you start. This is amazing. So much feedback, and still the car feels so planted. That's a big thing with ACC. You get so much feedback from the car, except the lateral forces, of course, but so much feedback from the physics engine that it gets just overwhelming, and some information is just too much. You start panicking. Losing the car. Oh, I'm too early on the brakes again. Awesome car. Minute 5. In theory, we won't get any more maps or much more maps. Yeah, I think they will support the game for longer this time around. I don't think they will just abandon it. Yeah, the Nordschleife probably will be the last track from the current season pass. But they will add a new one, I think. Or do you think after 4 years of development they say, it's enough, let's go to the next project like they did in the past with Automobilista 1, which was perfect at the end, but nobody played it. This is so much fun. It really seems like the setups are legit in this game. Yeah, there's no pro scene, and the pros would find issues with the setups and with the physics engine, and like they did in ACC and like they are already doing in, or maybe doing in Rennsport, I don't know. But I think the setups are working quite well in this title. Yeah, all right. It's also pretty good. I'm always braking too early. A 6th track to be released. Extreme off-road DLC provides, yeah. Steelcast is the Riser guy helping with the setups. He's creating the setups, Steelcast. I've watched some of his videos learning about setups, which were really helpful. If you don't know about Steelcast, you should definitely check him out. One of the better content creators we have right now. Yeah, pretty good channel, definitely. Of course, a completely different character than me, for example, and how he approaches videos. His videos are way slower and really focused on technical details. He help you with AMS2 setups. Jesus, Ash, how long are you already playing Automobilista? Okay, final test. Nissan Group C. Will we be able to set up this car so that it's drivable for me? Last time I tried to drive Group C in AMS2, I was just crashing all the time. You will play it until you're in the ground. It's your favorite sim, or? Put the boost to 100%. Yeah, sure. Can do that. No problems. Let's go. We need boost. It's your favorite game. You know everything about this. Rollbound 10. And 7. Alright. And we have 12 downforce on the rear, and there is no setting for the front downforce. Okay, that's already interesting. What? 136 and 157 millimeters of ride height. That's high up in the air. Interesting, interesting. Okay, let's drive out and see where we at. Ah, the cockpit is already... Oh, it's so looking so good. With the pink skin, I like it. I like it a lot. Also with the triples. Awesome. Level of detail in the cars is always pretty good with AMS2. Let's see if the car still wants to kill me after the recent updates. It's a Group C car. It should... It main thing should be trying to kill me, right? But hey, Rouge Radiant was pretty smooth already. Let's brake a bit earlier. Oh, no ABS. Feeling that. I think it's much more drivable than before. Oh, I'm struggling with the brakes with no ABS. Oh my god. Oh, and there's understeer. Oh yeah. Loads of it. Let's put the balance a bit more to the rear. Oh yeah. You can't compare this to modern days prototypes. That really was a crazy era of racing cars. Hey, but this car feels much better than it did like half a year ago. Or whenever this AMS2 stream was when we were driving at Hockenheimring. Oh yeah. Okay, there's only one problem. I can't get it to slow down. I'm even okay with the boost. I think my way of braking is just wrong with this car. I think I have to slam the brakes and then ease off pretty early. That's not my style of braking, sadly. Have to learn that again. Lap time invalidated. Maybe let's learn it now. Yeah, all right. It's holding the brakes too long. Let's go back to 60. Default. Other than that, car feels good to drive. Maybe I just have to be a bit more careful with all the inputs in this car. It's not a modern prototype. It's a rocket ship. You have to drive it like one. Brake earlier. Turn earlier. Don't be too aggressive on the throttle. Oh, again late on the brakes. Just can't push it as hard as the modern ones. Almost. But I touched a bit of the grass on the left hand side. But it's astonishing how well it copes with Rouge. It's just chuk chuk, and it's up there. So switching direction fast is pretty good with this car. Yeah, I'm struggling with the brakes. That's my biggest issue. But I don't have any experience with AMS2 and braking without ABS. Really need to learn that. I can easily tell in Assetto Corsa when brakes are starting to lock and know when to release the brakes then again. But here it's so different, so difficult also to notice the lockup. Although there's some good force feedback for that. But most of the time it's too late already. But again, default setup is pretty good. Not really much you have to do. Everything you will do with the setup is preference. Yeah. It's so hard for me to get it slowed down. Need to brake at the big sign. Yeah, I'm going like 310, that's true. Team Horny Racing, thanks for tuning in. Cheers. You have a transducer on your brake using SimHub. Yeah, that would be something that would definitely help me with braking in AMS2. For sure. Also could turn down the brake pressure, but don't want to fiddle too much with that. Alright, what else? It's like you're seeing a pretty awesome setup here. I don't felt any big oversteer. Not a load of understeer. Again, you could play with the ride height a bit. Bump it up like a few degrees. But other than that, that's a darn good setup. Could go down with the brake pressure to maybe like 75. And then go up with the ride height a bit. Oh, 160 is the maximum. Okay. It's already pretty high. Then maybe go 2 clicks soft at the front. I'm still not allowed in IKEA. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys. This will be the last couple of laps. See if I can get the braking to work, and then I will call it a day. I was in meetings today from 10 o'clock until 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And then I prep the stream for you guys. If the triple's not working at the beginning. There's a bit more movement now. Of course, the tires are not hot as well. Lock up. You only can hear it really when the tires lock up. They lock up pretty easily. Turning is even better now. Wow. And a little less understeer as well, but minimal. Was pretty good before. Yeah. That's just crazy to me how well it turns in. I have to brake earlier. I have to brake where the sign is, as Ash said. Okay, let's go for a flyer, if I can. This car just needs a bit longer to slow down. That's what I have to learn. That's why I'm locking up that much. My brake points are just not good enough for this car. Oh, lap time invalidated. One number at a time, yeah. ATP laps. Welcome back. We're almost done. Oh, the Group C car is the last thing we checked out. I would say the result of this learning together how to do setups is, wow, that the base setups in AMS2 are really good. And if Steelcast is the one who did them, he's a genius and he's really good with Simracing setups. He did a phenomenal job of setting up the cars for different tracks. We tested a GT3, a P1 car, and now a Group C car around Spa. And each one of them is, or was, set up pretty well. What do you think? I made it worse. Made it worse with what I tried now. Let's go back to default. But it was much better. I just want to do one lap. Yeah, GP Labs is flying right now with good content. Holy moly. So many good videos. Then there's this Targa Florio thing happening. Between the seat and the steering wheel. Oh yeah, especially with me. I'm actually not a really good driver. That's why I'm called Joe. Yeah, because I'm the average Joe in basically everything. Whew. I think most people can relate to what I have to say about sim racing. How I feel about stuff. Alright. We changed the brake pressure again. With returning to default setup, so we have to be careful not to overdo it. It looks so good, and we are even on ultra settings today as I switched to the triple screens and wanted to make sure that everything runs smoothly today, so this is now only with high settings. Looks and plays perfectly fine. Okay, one flyer. Can we do it? Group C versus Champion Joe. Pay-per-view fight. Lock up again. Just can't drive this car without locking the brakes. It's ridiculous. One click to the rear. Lap time invalidated due to previous sector. Why that? I haven't done anything. This game is just bullying me. Yeah, true. Oh, another lockup. In the cold brown. But managed to stay afloat. Let's see. Ah, this is so difficult. Why is it so difficult to brake in this game? I really love what they did to ABS. Because now I actually can drive some cars. It's so difficult for me to find the right braking pressure. Because without ABS in AMS2. Yeah, this is more like it. Baby steps. Ugh. Almost. Getting there. All right, next chance. Don't do it or overdo it on the accelerator. Or the oversteer monster will bite you. Okay, that was clean. Let's do it. But yeah, all the cars are definitely drivable now. In AMS2, I'm just not really good. Oh no. Yeah, the hard braking zones. I'm just holding on to my life every time I'm throwing myself into one of those turns. It's crazy. Woo. The turbo also. Ash said we had to go for 100%, so he's at fault if I crash because of the turbo. Alright. That kind of was smooth. What a time that must have been with the Group C cars. And brake. Nah, not enough. I was trying not to brake that hard, but at least this lap. Oh, I was braking too early again. 2 minutes and 7. Jesus, this car's as quick as the prototype we did before. It's less boost, don't blame me. Isn't 100% of the boost not more than 80%? 150 down the camo. Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah, doesn't really matter. Going back to screen 1. That was fun and informative. I learned a lot about setups in AMS2. I learned that the default setups are pretty good and that someone sat down to build those. It's not just like, yeah, this can't spar, maybe click, 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 and this is all right. No, somebody sat down and built those setups. If it was Steelcast, chapeau. He did a phenomenal job if it was him. I learned that rake actually works quite good in AMS2. So you definitely feel the changes if you go a bit up with the right height in the rear, that you get more oversteer but also less understeer. That's working pretty good. Also, feeling for anti-rover was immediately there, which is also pretty nice. I learned that the new ABS system is perfect, and I love driving GT3 cars now on AMS2. And what else did I learn? I learned that I still struggle with cars without ABS, especially Group C cars. But I got better, I think. This time next year, Joe will still not be able to drive Group C. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. Okay. But I guess that's it for today. We will have a new video from Emily on the weekend. So if you're interested in that, she will dive into Richard Burns Rally and tell you why Richard Burns Rally is overrated. Wasn't my idea. It's her idea. So that will be a video on the weekend. And as I already spoiled, Marvin is doing this video on iRacing where he has to delete his account if he's not winning one of 3 rookie races, and he never played iRacing in a rig before. He's more of the casual racer. So that will be really interesting to see as well. What else? I'm working on a video on ACC about setups there. Not a tutorial, but actually an experiment, because I bought a setup from a Simracing Pro and wanted to see how much faster I get using that, and if ACC is actually pay to win at the moment. So if you want to find out all about that, consider subbing to the channel if you're new. Also leave a like on the stream if you had fun and learned something. And yeah, tomorrow is already Friday, so basically the start of the weekend. Hope you have a fantastic Friday and a fantastic weekend coming up. Maybe even with some racing. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Speak to you soon and have a good night. What button was it again? Is it 3 or 7? I think it's 3. I will press 3 now. Nothing happened. All right. Then I just click on outro here. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.